Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2CTV, your global news channel. We come to you guys with some breaking news coming from Los Angeles in California. Over the last hour or so, couple of hours, we've been hearing a lot of updates about the aftermath of an incident that happened in LA outside a nightclub, Vermont, where a man drove a car into a crowd. There has also now been reportings of shooting before and after that incident. What we can do today, as we speak, we have the live feed for you guys from the scene itself. That, as you can see, is a car that has been relatively destroyed. We will get back to the live feed, the 2CTV live cam that we have on the ground. But before we do that, let me give you guys the actual information that we have so far and the actual summary of what has happened. Unfortunately, cars randomly driving into crowds is becoming quite regular across the Western world. First things first. At least now we can say 31 people have been injured. Several of them have been critically injured after the driver plowed through into the crowd outside the Vermont Hollywood nightclub around 2 a.m. local time. Following this, then we started getting more updates from the paramedics that at least 4 people are in critical condition. 8 more are seriously hurt, and this happened on Santa Monica Boulevard. Now, quickly, if you go to the live feed to kind of show you what is actually happening on the ground. That's the Vermont Hollywood nightclub. This is where it happened. Obviously now the emergency workers and the police are working hard to clean up the scene. We will find out about the condition of those who are critically injured. Hopefully none of them will lose their lives, but we'll find out. But we can say that the witnesses on the ground have now told the local authorities they reported gunshots before and after the crash itself. Some of the victims obviously decided to fled back into the nightclub for cover. I'm guessing they assumed this might be potentially a mass shooting incident, but it wasn't. We will try to find out more information about the shooting that has been reported, whether it was the police trying to catch somebody involved in that, or if it was just outside of the actual crash. The LA Fire Department captain has said that there was a vehicle which had, towards the end, somebody that lost consciousness inside and drove into a tackle cart and then ultimately ran into a large number of people that were outside the nightclub in East Hollywood. They are now calling this a major incident, with the area, obviously, as you can see in the live feed, fully sealed off by the LAPD. We also have a second live feed as well, which we could also show you shortly. If I quickly go to that one for you guys, because I think there has been some stuff that obviously they're trying to clean up. 1 second. There we go. So there's some of the people who are still on the scene. While we get more information on that, let me just quickly show you just the aftermath, a quick video from on the scene after the crash. Okay, so the local press are saying that the speculation around the gender of the driver, we will still get the confirmation whether it was a man or a woman, because potentially it could be a woman We will find out. We'll get that confirmed for you guys before it's happened. We are still gonna get more information about the shooting as well, because there were some eyewitnesses that said somebody did get shot or injured, but I can't confirm that yet. We will wait for that. There is this statement from the LA Fire Department. Saying there obviously traffic with multiple patients and obviously West Santa Monica Boulevard. Initial reports of an unknown vehicle into a crowd of 20 plus patients. Estimated 4 to 5 in at least critical condition, 8 or 10 in serious condition, 10 to 15 in fair condition. LAFD is coordinating a patient triage and transport at this time. And of course, with everything else, we will wait for the follow-up statements. I believe we should be expecting a press conference by the LAPD shortly as well. We do also have a quick eyewitness video that happened straight after the so-called crash. Let's go.
I don't know if the driver. I don't know anything about the driver.
I thought he did it on purpose. Ooh, count people.
But it's a pretty big presence right now, guys. I don't know if I'm zoom in or zoom out. I can't zoom out. There you go. Ay, what a night, man. That sucks.
Wasn't this like the opening of this shit? I've never seen shit like this.
So we had if someone can like if someone can type in a recap for me, I appreciate it, and I can pin it. So the recap is a car crashed into a club that crashed into a crowd of people. That's pretty much the recap.
Yeah, so that was about a few minutes ago before they completely closed off the area. We do have just another obviously video from the emergency workers obviously working on the scene. Let's quickly go to that while we're trying to get more information about the LAPD themselves. Right, we're trying to find out the time for the press conference itself. It will still take a while, I guess. Right. Okay, so let me just quickly take you to the live feed itself while we're here. That's the Vermont Hollywood nightclub. Just trying to get some more info.
No, you're just trying to get your hours, and that's exactly what you're trying to do. Exactly.
I chose.
This is no. You got nothing better to do. LAPD has 50% of the discretionary budget to have y'all standing around. What's your name?
30 people were here today. That's what I'm worried about.
What's your name?
You should get your priorities right.
What is your name? Chief O'Donnell. Why is there an ID himself from Chief O'Donnell?
Somebody was having a bit of an argument with the LAPD. Right. So.
The LAPD has Scientology cops. Martha Warska, Jordan Mills.
The captain has now obviously said that the whole situation is now under police investigation. The LAPD has obviously taken control of this. This will be a large investigation by the police department, he said. And obviously the people inside the club did come out just minutes before the emergency crew arrived to help the other victims. Some of them obviously ran inside out of fear because they assumed that this could be a bigger attack. And they said, well, the captain said, they were all standing in line going into a nightclub. There was a taco cart out there, so they were getting some food, waiting to go in. And there's also a valet, actually, well, there's another queue, or line as they say, and the podium was taken out, and the truck was taken out, and then a large number of people were impacted by the vehicle. That's the statement from the captain. Now, I think we might get some information soon about the number of injured as well, or at least the conditions. Insane. So it's currently 5:55 a.m. local time in Los Angeles. Obviously, most people have already left, but the emergency workers are still busy. Santa Monica Boulevard, of course. Now, what we'll do, just gonna get some reaction from you guys as well. Hang on. So, quickly go to you guys, because somebody said, so I live in Los Angeles and not a single news outlet has covered this incident. What's going on? You are expecting me to answer on behalf of the corporate, the major legacy media outlets who take their time. Although obviously the national outlets' website have already reported some of the information. Yeah, so I heard in the news someone passed out on the wheel. Yeah, as we said earlier, the initial statement we have from the fire department was that at the time after obviously the car crashed into the crowd, when they found the driver, they said the driver had already passed out. So we just don't know how long before the crash the driver passed out. That's the detail that we don't know exactly. Someone else says that sounds like maybe a drunk or passed out driver. Well, yeah, they're passing out. Well, when the crash happened, he was passed out, or he or she was passed out. We know that, but we don't know exactly the cause of it. Hit loads of people, and then someone tried to take them out, thinking it was a terror attack. So, I mean, we will get the confirmation on the situation of the shootings. I think it could potentially be a scenario where, because of the car crashing into the crowd, then obviously somebody might have freaked out and somebody might have started shooting at the car itself. So that could be what we are dealing with now, but the police haven't confirmed the cause of the shooting yet. We do know that the shooting has been reported. So again, that's our live cam on the scene. What we're trying to find out is how long before the crash the driver had passed out. It was unconscious. So was it just before? Or was it? Well, obviously it was shortly before, because it was still, he or she was still driving a minute beforehand. So that's why it's highly unlikely that any sort of shooting allegedly was done by the driver, because the driver was not conscious. Someone in the live chat says, I blame the Mossad. Yeah, when in doubt, blame the Mossad, right? But luckily everybody's, so far as we know, according to paramedics, everybody is alive, but a number of people are unfortunately critically injured and in critical condition. So we will wait to find out more information about that. It's crazy. Right. Do we have a... Trying to get more statement. There's another angle I can show you from the live cam, actually. Stay with me. There we go. It's coming back. There we go. That's also outside the club. There's a couple of other comments I'll get to in a second, actually. Yeah, let me just put this on the screen for you guys. going to put the your comments just down here. Hang on one sec. There we go. Makes more sense, I think, when we're showing the live feed. You are the only one I know covering this. Well, at least I think in terms of online news channels. I was just checking to see who else is reporting it. So far, I think it's just 2CTV, but the news outlets, the websites have already reported it as well. Some of them. Michelle says, "Hi, Maya. I'm so glad I caught you live. It's 11:58 Saturday night here from Brisbane, Australia." Thank you, Michelle, for watching. Somebody else said that LA News only cares about the ways Trump can be blamed for God knows what. The news is just a mouthpiece for the radical left and race baiters. Also, I mean, at this point, you know the agenda of the liberal media. If somehow they could find an evidence of any sort of incident, even something like this, that had been done by, I don't know, let's just say hypothetically, some sort of white supremacist, then obviously they will be all on top of it. To easily blame not just the white supremacists, but also blame it on Trump. So there we go. We're going back to this live cam. There is a... I'm trying to get some more intel while we're here before I get your reactions. Once again, a big shout out to our 2CTV team for helping us, obviously being able to have a live feed, a live camera from the scene. And obviously this is a new feature that we now have on 2CTV. Obviously, as we are a global news channel, of course we have to make sure that we have a live feed for you guys when things happen around the world. Did somebody say, Jim says, "Oh my God, this kind of stuff never happens in America"? Well, we've had, I mean, motive is another thing, but the similar type of, as they call it, the media, isolated incidents and cars being driven into crowds. It's kind of happened a number of times recently in the US as well, primarily in blue states like California. Andrew says, "I don't know what happened, but I blame modernity." Probably drugs, right? Crazy. I mean, you would think that, I mean, we say a lot of things about Los Angeles and the culture in LA, especially in terms of the urban city of LA, not just the rest of California, but you can say a lot about these liberal cities, but there are still people who just want to live their lives. They want to go out and have fun on a Friday evening. Big cities, things become very complicated, and that's why I always say, on a personal level, my ideology is that I always say size matters, size does matter, but small is good, big is bad. I always say the reason for that is because when something gets large, for any sort of human group, human tribe, it becomes more difficult to manage. So big government, more complicated. Big business, more complicated. Big cities, more complicated. When you have people in major cities like LA, in parts of central LA, or even London, where people don't even know who their neighbors are, and when people sit on a train, on public transport, they don't even trust each other. They just look at each other. Everybody would see the other person as a potential enemy because you feel unsafe. You don't have that cohesion. You don't have that cultural unity. It's because of size. It's not really just because of, for example, multiculturalism or some people becoming criminals. That's actually the symptom. Because size is getting bigger, then obviously a lot of people will be able, for various reasons, to get away with crime for some time. Whereas, for example, to exaggerate, if you have a small village where everybody knows everybody, then it's very difficult for you to become a known criminal, because everybody will know that was you who stole the car. And that's an exaggerated example. I mean, we're not advocating everybody to live in a village of 20 people, but it just shows that it becomes very difficult. And everything else about cities like LA, whether it's liberal policies, whether it's mass migration, whether it's obviously the education system not helping, so crime goes up as well. All those things are symptoms of size, because big structures are more difficult and complicated to manage. Right, just while we are still having a look at the live feed, trying to get some more information, then I'm going to get some of your reaction as well. 1 second. Because they are still about to confirm when the press conference will happen by the LAPD, so we don't have the timing on that yet. Trying to see if there's a new statement quickly for you guys. Well, crazy night again in LA. So they are currently saying that the authorities have confirmed that at least 124 emergency workers and fire personnel are assisting at the scene, and they are still there. And this, somebody said in the live chat, small is good, Danielle, marry me. Okay, size matters, small is good, big is bad, only when it comes to governance and not when it comes to what you know. Size matters. So, trying to see, because I think that we are on there's a lot of things on the different feeds suggesting local eyewitnesses still saying, in terms of the shooting report, because somebody in the live chat did kind of guess it will make sense that the driver obviously drove the car into the crowd, somebody had a gun, started shooting, because there are some people who are saying, again, we can't confirm this yet, speculations that it was in fact the driver that was shot. So we'll find out. But whoever was, if they've been shot, no one's dead. So they are just injured. We'll figure out the actual details of this. Those guys are still there. I mean, there's some people in the background. It's 6 a.m. Go to sleep. Are they removing this? Oh, hang on. Or bringing it? Let's find out what they're doing. I think they're taking it back. There we go.
He's saying what happened. He's explaining to other guys what happened. From the camera they got.
So if you joined us late, obviously we had the incident outside the Vermont Hollywood nightclub. That was loud. In Santa Monica Boulevard in Los Angeles, where a person drove a car into the crowd. The authorities are saying that when they found the driver was not conscious, so potentially passed out even before the crash. There has been a reporting of shooting. There are speculations about the shooting. Nobody's suggesting that the driver was involved, was actually responsible for the shooting, but I think a lot of people are saying on the ground, rumors from the eyewitnesses that someone or some people freaked out when the car obviously hit the crowd and they started shooting at the driver. But the initial report that the authorities also mentioned was that people also heard shooting just before the crash. But again, we have to wait for the official press conference by LAPD to confirm what was happening there. What is going on? It can't be that heavy. I mean, these things are not that heavy, but okay. Oh, okay, it was carrying 3. My bad. It was carrying 3 at the same time. Yep. Someone said, thank you for correctly saying that the person drove a car into a crowd and not the car drove into a crowd. I always get frustrated when I see the media saying car like hit the crowd or they drove into a crowd. Like, a car does, unless it's a driverless car, they can't just cars don't randomly drive into people. People drive into people. Right, there's a quick super chat here. What is this? This has happened ended often, especially what? Sincere. Daryl Brooks drove through the Waukesha, Wisconsin Christmas parade, killing 6, injuring over 61 in 2021. Yeah, it has happened. Because somebody said these things don't happen in the US. It has happened recently. I mean, some were terrorists, some were drunk people, some were different. Michael says, I love the fact that you are reporting this in my time zone, which is Reno, Nevada. What time is it in Nevada? It should still be about 6 a.m., right? Yeah, 6:10. Yes. So yeah, those of you in the West Coast and the other side, you're probably just waking up now. Why can't they confirm the press conference time? How long does it take? Idiots. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you if it comes up. The actual map.
That was really fast, huh?
Stay with me. Okay, so let's just quickly show you on the map. This is where Vermont Hollywood is, and obviously the northwestern parts from the downtown, and on Santa Monica Boulevard. What we are trying to figure out is in terms of the latest update on the well-being of those who have been taken to the hospital. I think this might take a couple of hours for them to actually get their act together. Even though it's actually already been a couple of hours since we first got the actual information. But so they're just cleaning up now. Let me just have a look at some of the comments in the live chat, especially if you guys are watching from California. Let me know. Well, Michael says that I am near Los Angeles and the local news are not covering this. That's why we do what we do on TC to make sure you guys get all the information. Yeah, someone says they just turned on your stream. This is most likely a DUI, possibly running from gunshots. Watching this from all night. Yeah, I mean, considering the only reason that there could be a potential, not just drunk driving, but panicking. The reports that suggested there were also some shootings that were heard before the crash could suggest that the driver was running away or driving away from somebody. Although the police didn't say whether it was a police chasing the car, they would have said it by now. They haven't said anything yet, so it might have been somebody else chasing, and that person panicked and then apparently at the end got unconscious. So insane. Super sticker, thank you very much. Okay, so we'll. I'm just gonna check the other live feed for you guys as well. It's calming down. We will have to do a follow-up report if obviously the LAPD get their act together and finally organize a press conference on this, which will be later today. And as I said, I will keep an eye on the whole situation. Is that a Lime bike on the ground? I think it's a Lime bike. It's basically littering at this point. Now, I think there's another Super chat saying this is all planned chaos out here since the fires. There has been a lot happening, to be fair, in LA. Just gonna quickly check. But by the way, because we started today reporting on what's going on in LA, but today is going to be a little bit chaotic also in London. So stay tuned because I was supposed to actually be out in central London, and unfortunately we couldn't make it, but we've sent our 2CTV reporter Niak Gorbani, or Mr. Banana Man, on the ground because the supporters of the terrorist organization Palestine Action are now currently out in Westminster. The Metropolitan Police should be arresting every single person, but we will come back shortly and show you guys what's going on live on the ground in central London, as the Islamists also cause chaos over there. I hope this wasn't on purpose, as horrible as it is. I'm hoping a medical condition is to blame instead of an attack. Yeah, I think it's highly unlikely this was some sort of a proactive attack in that sense. I think the people who were just outside the club just became collateral damage because of something else, especially if, in fact, the driver was being chased by somebody else or something happened. These people just became victims unnecessarily. Slater says prayers for all those affected. Absolutely. Scotty says that sadly is a lot of seriously injured for a car. It is actually for a lot of people injured. Quite a lot, actually. I don't understand. One of the things is, because we don't have the footage of the moment that the driver crashed into the crowd, but what was it? Almost 28, 30 people, right? That's a lot of people hit. How long did you... I mean, obviously, if they say that the driver was at that point unconscious, okay, fine. But how fast was the car going? Also, in terms of where they hit exactly. We'll find out that information later on. I bet Karen Bass, Gavin Newscombe and Adam Schiff are loving this. They love to see chaos and killing in their own city and state. They are truly evil. Not sure if they are actual human beings. God bless LAPD and LAFPD. Absolutely. FD, not FPD. They have a rough gig, and whoever said this kind of stuff never happens in America has their head in the sand. This kind of stuff happens regularly. Absolutely. You're right. Did someone say, I do hope Harry and Meghan are safe? Did they not move to Canada? I thought they moved to Canada. I don't know what's going on with those two. Someone says, I'm from New Jersey. I've been watching news reports for the last 3 hours, and you are the only one reporting this incident. That is a sad state of affairs. It's okay. If you're American, make sure to subscribe to 2CTV. We will always bring you guys the latest breaking news. We are going to take a break. As I said, there's an ongoing situation as we speak in central London, in Westminster, as a group of Islamists have come out to support a terrorist organization which is banned by the British government, and the police are now on standby to start arresting them. Our 2CTV reporter Niak Gorbani is on the ground for us. We will shortly go to him for that report. And of course, when the LAPD or LAFD does a press conference, we'll come back with more information. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.